Is that a mic check? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Mic check. Mic check.
I'm going to do that from now on.
Is that shot good, Chad?
Megan, you need to redo all of them.
That's my IFB. I'm not trying to do this. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. That's my IFB. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Still nothing.
Children.
Make sure you turn it on.
I just turned it on.
It's on this side. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check 1 2 3.
This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
Carl will be remembered here forever.
A community is in mourning today after a domestic violence call turned fatal for a Carson City Sheriff's deputy. The latest on yesterday's shooting tops Channel 2 News at 6:30. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Burton. Thanks for joining us tonight. The deputy killed during a domestic disturbance call in Carson City yesterday has been identified, and so has his shooter. Ryan Candidate joins us live in the studio with new information on the incident. Ryan?
Well, Jen, let's start off with how it all happened. Saturday morning around 2 a.m., the Carson City Sheriff's deputies responded to the report of a domestic disturbance call between a man and a woman in the 4100 block of Montez Drive. At the scene, deputies met with the woman, who had visible injuries as a result of a fight. This man, Deputy Carl Howell, attempted to meet with the man involved in the domestic dispute. As Howell approached the door of the home, the man, who has been identified as Jonathan Pope, appeared with a gun. Pope and Deputy Howell exchanged gunfire, resulting in both men being struck. Pope was pronounced dead on the scene, and Deputy Howell was taken to the Carson Tahoe Hospital, where he passed away from his injuries.
He was a tremendous officer. He was the kind of officer who, on one hand, would walk a child across the street holding the child's hand, and at the next moment be taking on a call like he did this week.
Deputy Carl Howell was a 9-year veteran of the Carson City Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Furlong says at home, Howell was a family man, and he would always bring laughter into the department. Furlong also says that Howell was the type of man who would step up to any challenge and was considered the go-to guy at the sheriff's office.
Ability to go to him and say, this is what we need. And very recently, I commended him for stepping up and being that guy that would take on those challenges that we struggled having to make.
The Carson City Sheriff's Office also recently released a statement stating that funeral services for Deputy Howell will be held at the Reno Event Center on Thursday, August 20th at 11 a.m. We've also learned that this morning Governor Brian Sandoval ordered flags to half staff in honor of Deputy Howell. Covering Crime Beat live in the studio, Ryan Canaday, Channel 2 News.
Very sad story. Thanks, Ryan. Today was a special day at the Northern Nevada Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Fernley as veterans gathered to commemorate the end of World War II.
It's about the culmination of 4 years of service and sacrifice between 1941 and 1945, and a chance for Americans to come together to say thank you to the men and women of our greatest generation.
Veterans, family, friends, and supporters all gathered to honor and remember the men and women who sacrificed so much for their country. 22 veterans of World War II were at the memorial. The eldest veteran, 105-year-old Ivan Woodford, spoke with us about his time in the service and said that today meant a lot to him. He told us how he had a grandfather in the service and owes his long life to him. This year marks the 70th anniversary of the end of the war. Worshippers attended the last service at a Sparks church before the building is set to be demolished.
Pyramid Highway is coming right through the front of this building, so this is our last time here. We don't know when the building will be demolished, but soon.
The building that houses the Lord of Mercy Church at 3400 Pyramid Way is set to be demolished in the coming months to make way for the Pyramid Highway expansion project. Members of the church tell us the building has been their home for the past 49 years, and they share their grief seeing it go.
I'm very saddened.
Yeah.
We have an addition on this church that several of us helped put on, and even though I'm sure we're going to be fine in the future, it is sad to see the building go that you've been in for almost 50 years.
The good news is a new building is being planned for construction at 591 Los Altos.
Now, here's Chloe Beardsley's first look at the Pinpoint 2 forecast.
Well, we saw some very hot weather this afternoon, and the warming trend is set to continue for the next several days. Outside, we're seeing a bit more clouds than we saw just over the past hour. You can see mostly cloudy conditions over the Lake Tahoe area, and we're also seeing a few scattered high clouds, actually quite a bit of scattered high clouds around the Reno area. Winds have also picked up just a little bit just out of the west this evening. Temperatures right now are still pretty toasty, with mostly seeing temperatures in the mid-90s right now across northern Nevada. Here's a quick peek of those high temperatures for today. Now just add 1 or 2 numbers to that as high pressure remains over the region. We're going to see much warmer weather headed our way for tomorrow. This evening we'll continue to see those skies clear up overnight tonight, and it looks like we are going to wake up to a few scattered high clouds with more sunshine on tap for your Monday, and of course very hot weather. I'll have all the details coming up in the full weather segment. Jen?
In Fire Watch now, if you've been outside in the past few hours, you may have noticed some black smoke near the Nugget in Sparks. Take a look at this. This was the scene of a house fire, garage fire, in Sparks. The video was sent in to us from viewer Debbie Dorsey. The fire started around 3:45 and is in Sparks on Galleran Way. As you can see, the garage of the home and cars were scorched in the fire. Crews tell us, though, there were no injuries in the fire. However, a few firefighters had to be swapped out for heat exhaustion. Look at that. They tried to beat the heat to hose each other down. Our photographer at the scene spoke with the family, and they say everyone made it out safely. The Red Cross is on the way to help the displaced family. The Bureau of Land Management is working to contain a wildfire burning east of Fallon. It's currently burning about 50 miles east of Fallon in a remote area. It's grown to about 2,500 acres, but is not threatening any structures. The BLM tells us crews have gained the upper hand today as the fire moved to a milder, grassier area and weather conditions have improved. Be sure to stick with Channel 2 News now and through the rest of fire season for continuing up-to-date coverage.
Near triple-digit temperatures will continue for the next few days. I'll let you know how long it will last coming up on Channel 2.
But first, we'll take a look at a collector's item that came to life on an assembly line long ago. That story next.
You're watching Channel 2 News at 6:30 with Jennifer Burton, sports with Dallas Kolodny, and Chloe Beardsley's Pinpoint 2 forecast. Thanks for watching.
recent hot August nights showed America's love for the automobile, but the admiration for cars began more than a century ago. Jack Sutton has the story of Henry Ford's little Model A in tonight's Nevada Backroads.
Henry Ford had an idea to build a car affordable, rugged, and light. He built them in droves upon a factory line. The little design was shipped everywhere.
These two Fords parked here are a 1931 Model A Coupe and a 1930 Model A pickup. My dad was a Ford man. He was a part owner of the Ford garage in town back in the 40s. He always wanted Model A's, so in the early 70s we started buying some.
So now that's a Quail, and the other one's got a different radiator cap. How come they're different?
This would have been the one that Ford originally sold as an accessory. Then third parties would sell the motometer.
The car has the perfect shape, square with an inside high enough for your head. A little spark, a little coil, some gas and some oil, a piece of tin. Put them all together and you have a Ford.
You meet a lot of new friends when you drive a Model A Ford. Everybody comes up to you and says, you know, I used to have one of those when I was a kid. I wish I still had it. And everybody waves at you when you drive up the road.
The little Fords are gone, sadly, just a memory, folklore. But their influence on America will last forever. Report in Tonopah, Jack Sutton, Channel 2 News.
Hot weather is headed our way this week. I'll have all the details next on Channel 2.
Thanks.
Welcome back. A warning tonight if you're heading out to Pyramid Lake this summer. Algae blooms and illegal dumping are causing concern at the popular lake. Jeff Martinez has the story.
It's usually a beautiful day for a swim or boat ride at Pyramid Lake, but lately, lurking just below the surface, a ton of green algae. Here we are at Pelican Beach, and you can see there is a lot of algae here on the shoreline. Algae blooms like this usually happen about once a year here at Pyramid Lake, usually mid to late August when our temperatures warm up. Officials say if you see a lot of algae like this, your best bet, stay out of the water. But the algae didn't keep these swimmers away, and campers we talked to say the conditions are getting better.
Today it's not too bad. It's pretty acceptable. About a month ago when the winds were blowing in this direction, it got really bad.
The bloom started a little bit earlier this year. It is a natural occurrence. It happens every year. We locals refer to it as the lake turning over, and it's just the lake processing nutrients in the water.
And if you do get caught up in the algae, Darrell says a soap and water rinse for you and your pets should take care of anything bad. Tribal police are also on the lookout for illegal dumping. Recently, they've had reports of some RV campers dumping their waste tanks on the beach, which of course is very unhealthy, illegal, and carries a fine of up to $25,000.
Well, several of our programs, our departments, and visitors have reported that they have found areas where some visitors have actually dug holes where they've dumped either raw sewage or gray water. And this is a shock. You're right about that. And so we just wanted to remind the public and their families that when you come out to the lake, we want you to enjoy the natural resources, but we also want you to help us to take care of those.
There is a dump station down the road, but some campers say they should add one near the beach, where they're building new RV sites.
They probably should consider adding a dump station right here where they're building the RV sites, and then maybe they'll cut down on all the illegal dumping.
And with Burning Man and Labor Day around the corner, get ready for extra crowds and traffic. Tribal police will beef up their patrols and say you should bring a little extra patience, don't drink and drive, and always remember to pack it in and pack it out. Covering the story, Jeff Martinez, Channel 2 News.
Now, here's Chloe Beardsley's Pinpoint 2 forecast.
And if you don't end up going out to Pyramid Lake, I would definitely recommend Lake Tahoe for the next few days. You can see outside right now, mostly cloudy skies over the lake, but it sure is hot out there. And in the valley as well, we are seeing mostly cloudy conditions, but temperatures are still in the mid-90s at this hour, with a light breeze just out of the west gusting up to 22 miles an hour. So it's a really warm breeze all around the Truckee Meadows this evening. We topped out at 98 degrees this afternoon, which is much warmer than what we typically see this time of year. Even our overnight temperatures are pretty comfortable in the upper 50s, and over the next few days we're going to see the warm weather continue. Overnight tonight we are going to cool off a little bit right around the Lake Tahoe area, with those temperatures dropping down into the mid 40s. Also winds are expected to decrease over the next few hours as well. It's not going to be quite as cold overnight tonight compared to last night, with overnight lows dropping down into the low 60s for the Reno and Sparks area this evening. We are going to see also that variable cloud cover throughout the evening, with skies eventually clearing up later on tonight. Here's a look at our satellite map. We have the high pressure that continues just over the desert southwest, and that's bringing us very hot weather over the next few days. Now, you may have seen we did see some scattered high clouds all over the region for today, and it's really going to clear up over the next few days. According to our futurecast, you can see mostly clear conditions, may see a few scattered high clouds, but other than that, no storms appear to be headed in our direction, as that high pressure really remains prominent over the west coast. And it's certainly going to affect our temperatures. Let's take a look. You can see already cranking up the dial on those numbers, 80s and 90s for your mountain highs. We're looking at triple digits for the Hawthorne area tomorrow afternoon. Northern Nevada will also see an increase in those temperatures all across the area tomorrow. A little bit closer to home, like I mentioned, cooling off a little bit overnight with upper 30s to low 40s around Lake Tahoe. Not as cold in the valley, with lows dropping down into the 50s and 60s. It's going to be a very hot day tomorrow. Take a look at that. Very close to the triple digits, at least in the valley, with triple digits already on tap for Fernley and Yerington. Neighborhoods, here's a look at them overnight tonight. Not quite as cold as last night, but still dropping down into the 50s and 60s in most neighborhoods. 90s again on tap for tomorrow. We're going to see extremely high UV levels. So if you are going to be outside, certainly pack on the sunscreen throughout the afternoon if you're going to be at the lake, or if you're going to be out and about in the city tomorrow. 99 degrees for your projected high for the Reno and Sparks area. Winds also picking up just slightly in the afternoon, and the hot weather is going to continue for quite a while as that high pressure really remains over the region, with temperatures just flirting with the triple digits over the next several days. Look at that, 99, 99, 98, and I can't even say it's going to be cooler, because over the next 7 days, all those numbers well above our average, and lots of sunshine headed our way.
Yep, find some shade, right?
Yeah,
thanks.
Find some shade and sunscreen and water.
And a breeze. Thanks, Chloe. Coming up, it's the real-life Bambi and Thumper. Take a look at these two. We'll show you a little bit later. But first, coming up in sports, final round of the 97th PGA Championship. Could Jordan Spieth pull off a third major in 2015, or would Jason Day hold on for his first major? It was a record-setting day either way. Highlights next.
Thanks for watching Channel. Now, here's Sports Director Garrett Dearborn with Channel 2 Sports.
All right, so final round of the PGA Championship had just about everything you could ask for. Jordan Spieth and Jason Day were in the final pairing. Both battled it out and both set records. It was an absolute show today at Whistling Straits. Jason Day, the birdie on 6 to move to 18 under. And the flat stick was rolling for Day today. 60-foot birdie try. If I'm showing it, you know it's going to drop, and it does. This moves him to 19 under. That's an all-time mark. Jordan Spieth wasn't going away down the stretch. Nice approach here on 10. That's going to nestle. And that'll set up a birdie putt, and Spieth will make the short birdie putt to go to 15 under. He finishes second at 17 under and sets a new scoring record in a major year. He was 54 under total in all four, topping Tiger's mark of 53 under. He also is now the world's #1 ranked player, leapfrogging Rory McIlroy. It was a major round for the ages. Day looking for birdie on 14 to go to 20 under. If he holds on to it, it's an all-time mark. Day just needed to tap in for par on 18. He's already emotional here. Makes that putt a little tougher. He sets a new major record at 20 under par, a stroke better than the record. Jason Day wins his first major in record-setting fashion, and my favorite shot of the day, his son Dash running out to share it with him. Jason Day, the 97th PGA champion.
Ever grow up, be on the PGA Tour, and then I'm going to be all emotional here, but it's an amazing feeling, just the work that I've put into my game ever since I was a 12-year-old kid, and to be able to stand in front of a crowd like this today and win the PGA Championship is pretty special. A lot of emotion has come out just because I've been so close so many times in major championships and just fallen short, just really close.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot I could have done today. I thought with the wind being up that 4 or 5 under may be enough. Turns out Jason just put on a clinic off the tee, and it was just a little much for me to handle when he was rolling those putts in, but needed a little more out of the middle of the round, but really proud the way that we battled at the end.
Jordan may be #1 in the world, but Jason Day, the PGA champ. Let's talk some baseball. Madison Bumgarner. Let's talk about him and the world champion Giants looking for the 4-game sweep of the Nationals. Bumgarner off to a strong start, striking out the side in the first, getting Bryce Harper there. Monster game, 3-hit shutout and 14 strikeouts. Bottom 4 gets some help. Hunter Pence taking Tyson Ross deep. 2-run home run for him to make it 3-0 G-Men. Remember I said Bumgarner had a monster game? How about this? A home run. His 4th of the season. Bumgarner a double as well and a complete game shutout. G-Men win 5-0. The A's and the Orioles. This was all about the team from Baltimore and Adam Jones taking that one deep. He would hit another one. The Orioles with 18 runs on 26 hits and win 18-2. The A's already gave up on the season, though. They traded everyone away. They did.
That's not good.
They did.
I
It's that
guess,
time of year.
Yeah,
Rebuild.
We'll see. Rebuild. Thanks, Garrett. After the break, people in Colorado feel like they're seeing Bambi and Thumper. Check this out. We'll show you that next.
A large dog.
Then Chloe will have a final look at our weather. You're watching Channel 2 News. Coverage you can count on.
Thanks for watching Channel 2 News.
If you're a Disney fan, you're going to love this. Take a look here. It's the real-life Bambi and Thumper. The video of a fawn and a bunny playing in Colorado has gone viral on social media. Now, watch this. The pair showed up at the Rocky Mountain National Park last week, and they were seen jumping around for more than half an hour, enjoying each other. Some of the YMCA workers think they've spotted the furry friends.
I don't think the rabbit likes the deer.
I know. No, it's almost like a rodeo. What's going on there? That's very cute.
Thumper's not having it.
No.
He's like, get away from me. I'm trying to eat my greens.
They're frolicking.
It's going to be hot over the next few days. Look at that. That's all I have to say.
Find some shade. Thanks for joining us and stay cool. We'll see you tonight at 11. Have a great one. Good night.
Okay, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me at all?